All right, guys, Vera Sweeney from Permission to Hustle, and this podcast is actually going to be pretty short and sweet, but it's all about taking the meeting. So it's coming from a life experience of mine. Sometimes you get asked to meet people, and sometimes you get asked to hop on the phone, and sometimes there's a conference call that maybe you don't feel like squeezing in to your schedule, and you do it anyway, or maybe you don't. But I'm going to tell you something. There's always something to learn when you get yourself out of your cave, your home, your little shell, that safety place where you do most of your work throughout your day, and you interact with other humans. And believe me, there's a lesson to be learned on the grocery line. There's a lesson to be learned at a conference. There's a lesson to be learned at a coffee meetup. And, the point was made to me during this week, two separate times. And it was really a home run for me and something that I really am going to keep with me, moving forward. It's just that checkbox has been checked for me, and I really don't want to forget it. And I want to put that out to you as well. Just because you're helping somebody, or you think you're helping somebody, that doesn't mean that you won't receive something in return. And, I'm not saying for you to always go out to help people with the intention of getting things back, because that's self-serving. But it is true that it always seems to happen. It always seems to happen that when you help people, good things happen to you. Knowledge comes your way. You end up leaving a better person, better with more knowledge, with more education. And it happened to me this week. I had a meeting set up in town, and my friend had said, there's this new girl. She just came to town. She wants to start a blog. Can you just meet with her, please? I know you're busy, but is there any way that you could squeeze it in and meet with her for an hour? She just wants to meet with you. Is there any way? And honestly, I really didn't have the time. I haven't been feeling well. I've had a migraine but now I'm going on 8 days straight. I don't know what the problem is. I'm going to the doctor to figure out what this is. I'm not feeling my best. And I didn't want to do it because I don't feel well. I really don't feel well. I'm not posting about it, but there's something wrong with my head. I'm really not my best. But I said yes because that's just what I do. And I said, no problem. I'll meet her. Not a problem. I'll figure it out. I'll get out of the house. I haven't been out of my house in days because I haven't been feeling well. But I said, okay, this is a reason to get out and get some fresh air. And so I met with this girl, and I started my spiel about niching down, and how it's important to do X, Y, and Z. And after a few minutes, she started talking to me, and it was very obvious that she knew what she was saying. And I said, I'm sorry. I said, our mutual friend really didn't tell me much about you. You seem to really know what you're talking about. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Lo and behold, she's a top reward style performer, not one of their number one affiliate earners. She works with Amazon. She does Instagram had her come for a private conference because she does so well on their platform, and it turned out being a meeting where she was teaching me stuff. And this is a girl that moved to my town, and I was saying to myself, look at this, a meeting that I didn't have the energy to take because I wasn't feeling my best, ended up being something where I really truly benefited from. And if that's not a lesson learned, I don't know what is. You have to give. You have to give to receive. And, I don't want to talk about religion on this podcast because that's not what this is. And we're trying to really keep it separate. But there's that true lesson, that underlining lesson over and again. And I just was sitting there thinking to myself, this is really just, it's just something that I just knew. And I said, my gosh, I said, thank you so much for meeting with me. And I can't believe that this has even happened. And I ended up taking notes, and I said, how ironic is this? I'm freaking taking notes. And then, I came home and I told my husband, and he said, well, that's life. You go, and even the person that the guy that's bagging your bag will tell you something that you didn't know, and you walk away a better person. And it's true. So humans help humans. And it's just that lesson that we are so isolated. Our society is so isolated. The internet isolates us. And I think it's with intention. They want to separate it. I don't know why. And so if there is a call, a meetup, a meeting, a reason to come together, a reason to become human again, take it. Take it. Even if you think nothing will come of it, even if you think there is no reason, no purpose, no rhyme or reason, that you just get out of your house and take it. And in worst case, you've met a friend. And so for me, I think I just had to say that as a podcast for today. The meeting matters. The human essence matters. And I'm happy to be a part of it.